Story, story, story. If it's a great story, I will always take an extra few minutes to consider how I can make it into a film. And not every great story lends itself to a visual medium. That's why thankfully there's always going to be long-form journalism. There's always going to be all sorts of other media to tell stories, but for documentary there's a visual component that we absolutely need. And if it's a great story, I'll spend a little bit of time figuring out how visually we can tell it, and as long as it moves on to that next phase where we can tell that the characters are going to be compelling and we know that there's visuals to help support it and there's shooting opportunities in the style of what this company is traditionally known for, then we will take those next steps and go for it. Everything that we can put into a production, from our budget and from our time and from ourselves, goes into it. And that sounds a little bit like a cliche, but that is really the way it goes. We will run it down till the story is told. You need to put the fact that you're working with real people first and foremost. That doesn't mean putting your life on hold, but understanding that people are putting their lives on hold a lot of times for you. It's understanding story structure, trends in the industry, understanding the networks that you're speaking with and what they are looking for, while also staying true to what's best for the story. We did the House of Steinbrenner. I'm a huge Yankees fan. Getting to be a part of taking down the old Yankee Stadium, I negotiated a deal with the city where we were given exclusive access. National Geographic had a crew that was allowed in periodically, but I created a relationship with the company, Turner Construction, that was taking down the stadium. And I built this relationship with these guys based on the fact that some of them were volunteer firefighters, and I'm a volunteer firefighter as well. And they gave us all this access and just opened their lives to us and to this stadium. And this was like such a formidable part of my childhood and my adulthood, was this place, and I got to be a part of seeing it taken apart. I guess if I have to say there's any one film that really means a lot to me, I think the current one we just did was Running from Crazy. I don't think I've ever had my personal life and a film intertwined the way that one did. I've never really contemplated the idea that as producers and filmmakers, I always think of it, we're making films for an audience. And I hadn't really been able to process the idea that sometimes the films we make, we need for ourselves. And this was a film that it turned out that I really needed for myself. And to have the life that it's had publicly and on the festival circuit. While we were finishing it, I was struggling to help save my aunt, who was bipolar, who unfortunately died by suicide while we were finishing the film. I really needed this film to help me mentally come to peace. And that's special.